Hello, everyone. My name is Don, the movie reviewer, and today we are going to be talking about my most anticipated films of 2018. A Quiet Place. I saw the trailer for this movie, and it looks really weird and different and interesting. And I want to check this movie out because of those things. The Predator. I'm not a big fan of the Predator movies. I saw the first one when I was a kid, loved it, and now that I'm an adult, I watch it and I think it kind of sucks. Um, and Predator 2 with Danny Glover, I watched it as a kid, loved it. Haven't seen it recently, so I don't know how I would feel about it now. And get older, opinions change. And then like AVP, don't care, and what else we have? We have Predators, Adrian Brody. And when I first saw that, I actually liked it. I actually liked that movie. And when I think about it now, I haven't seen it lately. I don't know if I'd still like it, but I do have fond memories of it, and I enjoyed that movie. But I'm not a huge fan of Predator, but this gets me excited because it's directed and written by Shane Black, and I guess he had a bit of co-writing on the original Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he did Iron Man 3, which was okay. It's an okay movie. Better than Iron Man 2, not as good as Iron Man 1. But I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Toasty! And it's Shane Black. And I like his style. I love the first two Lethal Weapon movies. So, yeah, I'm interested in The Predator. Hopefully it's rated R and there's blood and it's dark. People get killed. And it's a mysterious plot. I don't know what's going to happen, but I am excited. Mission Impossible 6. Mission Impossible has just been getting better and better. Tom Cruise is a great actor. First Mission Impossible is the best because of Brian De Palma as a director. He has his own unique style. First Mission Impossible is great because of the directing. And then Mission Impossible 2 is garbage. Mission Impossible 3 is like decent. And then Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol is really good. It's fun and it's interesting. And then you have the last one, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, which was also fun and interesting and it's gritty. And then you have this new one, and I'm excited because the last one was good. And that's it. X-Men Dark Phoenix. I'm so excited for this because I read the Entertainment Weekly article in their magazine, and I love what the fuck is that guy's name? And I love what Simon Kinberg said. Now, Simon Kinberg is the executive producer of all the previous X-Men movies, and he co-wrote screenplays on a couple of X-Men films, a couple bad ones too. But he's been the guy behind the scenes in all of the X-Men films mostly, and this is his directorial debut. And that's going to be interesting because it's his first time, and this is supposed to be like the biggest special effects heavy X-Men movie. And I guess a lot of people hated X-Men Apocalypse because it was oversaturated with special effects to where, the special effects did look bad in that movie. And the movie, it is kind of fun, but then coming off of Days of Future Past, which was a serious, dark, political movie, X-Men Apocalypse could not hold a candle to Days of Future Past, especially with the opening scene. The opening scene, X-Men Days of Future Past is way better than X-Men Apocalypse. But anyways, it's like I'm excited for Dark Phoenix because what Simon Kinberg said, that not only is this going to be the biggest action extravaganza in X-Men film history, this will be a dark and somber character study movie because it's Dark Phoenix being evil but not wanting to be evil, so she's having that inner struggle with herself and fighting her demons, and that should be interesting. So if I am to believe what Simon Kinberg is telling me about this movie, how this is going to be emotionally impactful, it's going to be dark, it's going to be somber, it's going to be emotional, and it's going to have character depth and all this stuff, and with action pieces in there, I believe you. Don't let me down because I'm excited about this. Annihilation. Annihilation is written and directed by the guy who wrote the 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later movies. And he also did a little movie called Ex Machina, which is a great intellectual psychological thriller. It's fantastic. Love that movie. Sci-fi, intelligence. Love Oscar Isaac. Yes, Domhnall Gleeson is great in there too. It's fantastic. Love that movie. So now with Annihilation, since he's directing this, that's the reason why I'm excited. And watching the trailer, it does look interesting.
The boundary's getting bigger, it's expanding. We're talking cities, states.
You need to know what's inside. So do I.
It's destroying everything.
It's not destroying. It's making something new.
WreckIt Ralph 2. I saw the first WreckIt Ralph, it made me cry. WreckIt Ralph 2, even if it doesn't have the same director or the same cast, as long as John C. Reilly is coming back to do the voice, I'm in for WreckIt Ralph 2 because I love the first one. The Incredibles 2. The Incredibles 2, same opinion that I have as to why I want to see WreckIt Ralph 2 is the same excuse I'm going to give for The Incredibles 2. I love the first Incredibles movie, saw the teaser for 2, and it looks good.
You have powers! Yeah, baby!
Black Panther. This is the movie that I'm most excited for in 2018 because this is going to be the biggest event in Black superhero history. Yeah, we've had Black superheroes on screen before, and Blade, and Spawn, but I don't think we've ever had a Black superhero like this big. Like, this is distributed by big studio company, Marvel and Disney, and this is on a whole nother level. And then also, I mean, they're releasing it on Black History Month. I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. I mean, maybe it's not that important, but it's like important because this is a big blockbuster Black superhero movie, and it's Black Panther. But I don't like the fact that they show Black Panther's face in the Avengers trailer, because then it's like, obviously he's gonna be fine. So why should I even care? Because he's not gonna die. But it's directed by Ryan Coogler, and Ryan Coogler can do no wrong so far. Fruitvale Station, A+ movie, and Creed, predictable, but it was really good with the directing and the acting and the pacing and the story with the characters. It was great. And he's 2 for 2 right now, so he's directing it, and it's Black Panther, and it's Marvel. Hopefully it's great. Keep my fingers crossed.
I waited my entire life for this. The world's gonna start over. I'ma burn it all.
What happens now determines what happens to the rest of the world.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. Wakanda forever! The revolution will not be televised. Let's have some fun. The revolution will be live.
Halloween. Don't know what it's called yet, so it's called Halloween 2018. Now, this is so high up on this list because I'm a huge Michael Myers fan. Michael Myers is my number one favorite slasher horror movie icon. Better than everyone. And I love the original John Carpenter's Halloween, the first one. All the sequels suck. Like, Halloween 2 is a direct continuation of John Carpenter's first Halloween movie, but it still sucks. And they all suck. I don't like any of them. Season of the Witch is good because it's its own thing. I love Season of the Witch as well. It's a good movie. But from what I understand is that they're taking all of the sequels out of this and making it a direct sequel to the first one, which is interesting. Also, John Carpenter's coming back after years of saying, screw Halloween, just give me a check when you make a new one, and that's it. And now he's back to executive produce, which usually executive producers don't do anything, but I think this is a serious situation because it's John Carpenter. He wouldn't just produce for no reason. I guess from what I understand, he likes the material that was Danny McBride, who is a comedian, wrote the script for this with David Gordon Green, and they usually write comedy, so it's interesting. But look what happened with Jordan Peele and Get Out. So we could have a situation with that, and I guess Blumhouse, they're killing it right now with the horror movies. And from what I understand from these two guys, Danny McBride and David Gordon Green, is that they wanted to bring this back to the roots of the original, so they brought the original actor who plays Michael Myers in the first one, Nick Castle, back. And that's great, because it's not just a nostalgia thing where it's like, oh, we're bringing Nick Castle back and he's the same Michael Myers from the original movie. It's like, no, man. I'm so obsessed with Michael Myers that I've seen all the behind the scenes stuff. I love Michael Myers so much. So it's like, when I heard why John Carpenter hired Nick Castle to play what they call the Shape in Halloween, not Michael Myers, but it's Michael Myers, but they call it the Shape. Reason why John Carpenter got him was because of the way he walks, his movement. And that you can definitely see that in the first movie. Like he just has this way he walks, which is cool, and the way John Carpenter directs is fantastic. So bringing him back is because now we get to see the real Michael Myers, and his movements and everything. And another reason why I hate the sequel so much is because they ruined what the first Halloween did. Like in the first Halloween movie, you don't see Michael Myers in a close up. I mean, you do, but it's either in the shadows or it's in the dark or it's from far away. They don't show him, like, yeah, they show him in broad daylight, which is like a no-no, but it's creepy because it's from a distance and he's just stalking people. And in the sequels, you just able to stab-a-thon and stuff, and it's not about that. Like, first Halloween, he stalks people, and he waits for hours until he strikes. When he gets them alone, he's methodical, what's the word? Methodical, whatever. Michael Myers is a serial killer that takes his time to kill people, unlike Jason and all these other people. That's why I love Michael Myers so much. So if they are serious about, yes, we're going to bring this back to the roots of the original, John Carpenter's involved, executive producing, so that means he's going to be in the writer's room with them, giving them pointers and tips and ideas, helping them with the script, helping them with the directing. He's going to be on set and be hands-on, hopefully, not just collecting a paycheck. And then he's going to do the music, hopefully. He's fantastic, John Carpenter, with music scores, Halloween track, best horror track ever. And then you're going to have Jamie Lee Curtis back, and we're going to new plot with her. Don't know where that's going. We're going to Nick Castle back, which is great. It's a sequel from the first movie, so we can get rid of all the stupid sequels. And then, Season of the Witch is its own thing, so it doesn't count. It's different. But all of these things combined make me really excited that we're going to finally get a genuine horror movie. Hopefully we don't get some shit like with what they did with this Texas Chainsaw movie, because they tried to do it with that and it was horrible. But with this, I think it has some serious hands behind it that are trying to craft it and make it perfect. Obviously, they might want to start a new franchise or new trilogy. Who doesn't, with something that is a huge property and that can most likely make money if it is executed well, because horror movies nowadays are doing fantastic. And if you can bring Michael Myers back the original way he came in while adding some new flavor to it, then yes, give me some good Halloween that's got a creepy tone to it, that's got some eerie images, that got some great story, great characters, great acting, and suspenseful. And it's not all about the murder. It's about the music, the directing, the story, the engaging characters. Where's Michael Myers? When is he going to pop out? All that stuff is fantastic. Hopefully they bring it back to its roots. I'm excited.
Isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
Avengers Infinity War. Marvel hasn't been impressing me lately, but I love Thor Ragnarok. All of the Marvel movies have led to this moment. They're going to do 2 parts. Maybe it's not going to be Infinity War Part 2. Maybe it will be called Infinity Gauntlet. Who knows? But it's the next movie after Infinity War is going to finally close the chapter for where Marvel is at currently with its main roster of heroes that were introduced to us in 2007 with Tony Stark as Iron Man, Captain America, Steve Rogers, the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner, Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff. We got Hawkeye, played by Jeremy Renner, and we got Samuel L. Jackson, who's not in this. Don't know why. He's just not. And then we got the new people like Vision, Black Panther, who are obviously not going to die. Something's going to happen to Vision, obviously, if you know. And he's got the stone. They show that in the trailer. And, it's interesting because it's like we got Thanos, who we've been waiting for since the first movie when they teased him. Now we finally get him, and hopefully he is the villain that we deserve, man. Because all the villains so far in pretty much every superhero movie have been bad. Michael Keaton was just great because it's Michael Keaton, but they've all been bad. And the last good villain in a superhero movie was Heath Ledger's Joker. Michael Shannon was great, though. He was great, but Heath Ledger's Joker was like pinnacle, like the Oracle, like the bright shining light where it's like, yeah, you need to reach this goal if you're in one of these superhero movies and you want to play a villain who has the opportunity to win an Oscar at the Academy Awards. But that's not gonna happen with Thanos, I don't think, because he's green screen like CGI character, but it's voiced by Josh Brolin, and I'm excited because it's Thanos, and we finally get to see how badass he's gonna be. We get to see the Infinity Gauntlet. Hopefully a major character dies, because that's what we've been waiting for like someone to die in this franchise so we can have some legitimacy to like the war that's happening with the characters and to like the battles that they get into. And they said this is going to be the end of the main roster. Like we're most likely going to wipe the slate clean after the next movie with the main roster and bring in all the new Avengers, and then we'll start a whole new trilogy of Avengers movies with new characters. And that's great. That's what I was expecting. But hopefully someone dies. And here's a spoiler, maybe not. I'm just speculating. But I think that since they have the time stone, even if someone dies, because no one ever stays dead in these movies, even if someone dies, they have the time stone. Like if Thanos just wrecks a bunch of shit, kills everyone, and wins, they just use the time stone, rewind time, he loses, and that's it, and everyone's not really dead. They come back. Hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully it's legitimate. Whoever dies stays dead. But I'm scared that they won't do that. But I'm excited for this because it is Avengers. It's Infinity War. I'm looking forward to it. I saw the trailer. It looks great. It looks emotional. But I was fooled one time with Iron Man 3. The Iron Man 3 trailer promised me something that I didn't get with the movie. Like something that was emotional, that was dark, that was gripping story-wise and character-wise. Something that maybe was thoughtful. Like Captain America Winter Soldier is more thoughtful than Iron Man 3, because at least in Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America is like questioning his allegiance with people, and he's questioning S.H.I.E.L.D. and their allegiance, like whose side are you on? And he's questioning their morals, and he's having a conflict within himself and with them. And with Iron Man 3, it's like, yeah, Tony Stark is learning to be Iron Man without the suit, but the way it's executed, it's not executed. It's executed in a silly way. I mean, all these movies are silly. Who cares? But like Avengers Infinity War, man, I'm excited for it because I guess I've been duped to watch each and every single one of these. And I'm like, I've seen the previous one, so I might as well watch this one. I don't know. I am kind of feeling superhero fatigue. But I do feel excited about Infinity War. So this is my list of favorite movies that I'm looking forward to coming out in 2018. This is a list of movies that I am anticipating being released in 2018. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, and happy holidays!